Are you tired of overlanding content clickbait? Me too. So what am I talking about? You know exactly what I'm talking about. People drop into a Facebook group and they go, don't buy this diesel heater without watching this video, and make sure to like and subscribe. Not only does that annoy the crap out of everyone, it's also disingenuous, and it really does a disservice to people that are trying to find content, find information about a piece of gear, about a rooftop tent, about a place to go overlanding, or just anything to do with YouTube in general, right? Any information. YouTube is the second biggest search engine in the world after Google, and people are there to find information, not to be tricked into clicking on your video to watch it. So today I wanted to talk a little bit about this whole clickbait versus value issue, and I wanted to kind of give you my feelings on it, my thoughts, and I'm curious to hear what you guys have to say. So if you're watching on YouTube, drop a comment down below with your thoughts. If you're on the podcast, there should be a place to leave a comments down below as well, or hop over to my social channels. But I want to hear from you guys on your thoughts on this, because based on what I see in the Facebook groups, this is a huge problem.
Understand where it came from, but you got it, my got it. It began in the land of the sandstorm. I fought it, though I wanted everything to do with what you give to me. Loosening my grip.
All right, so as I mentioned in the intro, today I'm talking about overlanding content, the clickbaitiness of it. What's the real value, right? What are we actually trying to do with this content? What is my approach to it? What are my thoughts on it? And today I'm going to talk about that with you guys. But again, I want to hear from you, so make sure to comment down below. So when I say clickbait content, what do I mean? We've all seen it. It's something to the effect of, don't buy this suspension lift without watching this video, or most comprehensive guide to blah, blah, blah that you've ever seen, right? Or top 4 XYZ pieces of gear that you have to have before your next overlanding trip. That kind of content, that kind of subject line is very clickbaity. And the reason that it happens is because YouTube incentivizes content creators to make clickbaity titles, because the more views they get, the more money they make. In my experience, I have always seen those type of titles, and I've tried my best to stay away from them, because I want to put my content out there in a way that I like to consume content. And that is, I want to see a title and I want to know, what is this video about? And is it what I need? Is it the information that I'm searching for when I search on YouTube, right? And what I mean by that is, when I have something, let's say, like a suspension lift for my 2023 Frontier, instead of saying something like, don't buy the All Dogs Off-Road RC Killer suspension kit until you watch this video, I would title that video something like All Dogs Off-Road RC Killer suspension installation and thoughts, right? Something like that. That's what I try to do. Now, again, you can't really be mad at some of these content creators, because I've suffered as a result of it, right? A lot of my videos have gotten less views than maybe someone with less subscribers or with a lesser quality video or something like that, that they just go with a clickbaity title, because as humans, our nature is, we see a car crash, we want to stop and look at it, right? It's the same with clickbaity titles. You see a really attractive person on the thumbnail, you're more likely to click than if you saw a power bank, right? If you see a clickbaity title and it really catches your interest and you're like, I have to know why I shouldn't buy this suspension lift setup, right? You're going to click on that versus like, oh, just information about it. Okay, right? Unless that's what you're looking for. So again, this is a problem. It's a problem not just in overlanding, it's a problem in all kinds of content creation everywhere. But the only way that we can combat it is to stop giving into those baser needs, right? Like, stop just clicking on the clickbait titles. Stop subscribing to the people that just trick us into watching their content, and make crappy content, or make content that doesn't actually help you or doesn't actually give you any information, but instead just has a really sharp thumbnail and a really clickbaity title that makes you click into it. Recently, I've been seeing things on YouTube, because I actually consume a lot of YouTube too. I like a lot of the like motivational videos and things like that, things like Simon Squibb or Simon Sinek, or, you know, that kind of thing, where people are trying to, you know, make you think critically about things, make you be better at business, be better at organization, be better at task management, that kind of thing, because I always want to get better at being able to do more stuff, right? Being able to do a better job in my work, being able to do a better job in creating content for you guys. And I also watch a lot of videos about YouTube, about how to be better at YouTube, how to get more views on YouTube, how to, the trends that are coming on YouTube and things like that. And recently I watched a video from the Think Media people, who they're kind of one of the bigger ones. They've been around for a long time. They've kind of, figured out a good way to corner the algorithm and work within YouTube to get more views on their videos. And also they do it by helping other YouTubers be better at YouTube, basically, which is pretty cool. But one of their videos recently, they talked a lot about the trends coming in 2025. And one of the things that they mentioned is that a lot of YouTubers are starting to notice decreases in the speed at which they're picking up subscribers, decreases in their monthly amount of money that they're making off of YouTube ads, right? That's how YouTubers get paid, is from ads that people watch when they're watching their content. And YouTube seems to be going away from that. And what they seem to be going towards is something that I've actually focused on for a long time. And I want to continue to get better and better and better at it. And that is informational, educational content, right? If it's really helpful and it's really good content, people watch it longer, they engage with it, they like it, they leave comments, they ask questions, that kind of thing. So again, rather than making content that is clickbaity, or that is a really short video, a 4-minute video that's about some super dramatic thing, right? Like a suspension lift or a rooftop tent, and why it's better than everyone else, or why you shouldn't buy it because X, Y, and Z, or why I hate this thing. You'll see a lot of that. You'll notice a lot of like, I have big problems with my MacBook Pro, or I have big problems with my Apple Watch, or, that kind of thing, where it's like a negative thing where you're like, but those are great. Why would you hate it? It's intended to trick you into clicking through that to watch that video. But then when you get into the video, then a lot of the times they're not even hates, right? They're barely even annoyances, right? But they've due to the algorithm and due to trying to get more views, they have titled it in a way that tricks you into clicking on it, but then doesn't give you the information that you're looking for. So again, the reason that I mention this is because I want your guys' opinion, right? I want your guys' thoughts. I will continue to endeavor, right, to make better and better quality content. I want to make more and more educational content. If you're an overlander that wants to get into YouTube or wants to learn from YouTube, I have gained a ton of experience over the last 5 or 6 years doing this stuff, and I have a ton of information to offer. I'm actually been working on a class for a couple of years now, sort of like an online thing where you could learn a lot and shave off a lot of time. So that may be coming. But like this educational piece, I feel like is very important. And I feel like, especially with newer folks, with newbies, that stuff is important too. And I don't want to put paywalls in front of that. I don't want it to cost you guys money. That's why I love YouTube. I can just put it out there, and if it's good for you and you enjoy it, you can click, you can watch it, you can subscribe. But my goal, again, and my focus is to focus on the quality of the content, focus on the content itself, and that it's helpful, and that it's educational, and that it's beneficial for you, rather than the clickbait stuff. And I hope that you guys will come along on the trip. I hope that if you're watching this on YouTube and you're not subscribed, you'll click that subscribe button. I hope if you're on the podcast, you'll leave a 5-star review and add it to your favorites. Because again, with every episode that I make, my goal is to get better, to get more informational, and to help you guys save time, save money, and have more fun and get out more and explore more, right? My focus is to tighten these things up, to continue to provide you guys with as much educational content as possible, as much informational, helpful, interesting content as possible, right? And again, I hope you guys will join me for this journey. Now, if you guys have feedback, of course, you guys are smart, right? All of you guys watch, you consume YouTube, you consume podcasts, you listen to stuff, you watch this stuff, you see trends, you see things that you like, and you see things that you don't like. So in the comments below on YouTube, or again in the comments on the podcast, or hop over to my social channels, I would love it if you would give feedback. If you would say, I really like when you do this kind of episode. I really like when you do that. I don't like when you do this, right? I'll take it all with a grain of salt. I'm not guaranteeing that will change everything and I will just immediately bend to your will to do everything, but I will definitely take it into account, and I will try my best to incorporate as many suggestions as possible. And again, I hope that for the long term, right? I've been doing this for a long time now, and I really enjoy it. I enjoy helping people. I enjoy making relationships and building relationships with people. And I hope that you guys are in it for the long haul too, and not just, watching through a video or two or listening to a podcast or two and then bouncing off. So I encourage you to click the like button, click the subscribe button. I encourage you to come follow over on my other social channels, because there's going to be a lot of cool stuff coming. I'm trying out new things. I'm going to be exploring new places. I'm tired of being in a rut, and I want to, get out and explore more myself. And I'm trying to work to get more flexibility in my job and my personal life and things like that too, so I can do that for you guys. But I want you guys along for the journey, and I want to focus on quality for you guys, and I hope that you enjoy it. All right, but before we go, in the description down below, just to keep it super brief, are a ton of helpful links, right? Things like all my social channels, things like the Newbie Overlanders Facebook group that's free to join, where there's a ton of awesome people asking questions and helping each other with gear questions, setup questions, vehicle questions, maintenance questions, where to go questions, that kind of thing. Building relationships and kind of creating trips together and things like that. There's also a link to all my featured partners. Those are just companies that I really like, companies that I've worked with before, companies that, I own some of their products and I really think they're high quality. So if you're looking for some recommendations for that stuff, check out the featured partners. And then, of course, there's a link to my website also, and my Patreon, and the join button down below on YouTube. Those are all just ways to support the channel, right? So if you want stickers or patches, check that out. If you want to be on the Patreon, we talk in a Discord all the time. We have a once a month Zoom call. We meet up once or twice a year in person. So there's a ton of cool ways to engage with the channel, and I want to keep doing this more and more for you guys, and all that stuff helps. So again, thanks for watching, thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time.